Okay, let's just dive right in. We're going to talk about meditation today and why, let's be honest, it can sometimes feel like you're just hitting a brick wall. In this explainer, we're going to unlock the single most important key to making progress, understanding the maturity of your own mind.
So, you've probably been there, right? You sit down, you close your eyes, you're ready to find that inner peace, and what happens? Your brain decides it's the perfect time to plan your grocery list, or replay that awkward thing you said 5 years ago, or it just gets so antsy. If you've ever felt like you're just plain bad at meditating, I'm here to tell you, you're not alone. And you're not failing. And this right here is what I'm talking about. It's the huge gap between what we think meditation is supposed to be and what it actually is. We see pictures of people in total bliss and we expect instant calm. But the reality, especially when you're starting out, is more like a wrestling match. You're wrestling with restlessness, with endless distraction, and sometimes you're just fighting to stay awake. This isn't a sign you're doing it wrong. It's a sign you're a normal human being.
So what's really going on here? What's the actual roadblock? Well, I can tell you it's not the fancy cushion you're sitting on, and it's not that you lack willpower. The roadblock? Well, it's your own mind. So let's meet the part of your mind that's causing all this trouble.
Yep, you heard that right. Let's meet the main character in this little drama, your immature mind. Think of it like a toddler running the show inside your head when you're trying to be still. It's impulsive, it's reactive, and honestly, it has the attention span of a goldfish on espresso. So what exactly is this immature mind? Well, the simplest way to put it is that it's the part of your mind that's just running on autopilot. It's all impulse, all habit, all reaction. It's not thinking deeply, it's just going with its old programming, which is the source of all that inner chatter that just refuses to quiet down. And here are its greatest hits, right? It reacts without thinking. It's totally ruled by what it likes and what it hates. It is an expert at making excuses for why you should just skip your practice today. And when you do sit down, this is where that restlessness comes from, that constant distraction, or even that sudden wave of sleepiness. Just recognizing these habits is the first huge step. Okay, so this immature mind sounds like a real handful, right? So how do we deal with it? Well, you don't fight it. No, that's a losing battle. Instead, we start with something really simple, but incredibly powerful. And that brings us to the consistency principle.
I absolutely love this way of thinking about it. Your meditation practice, it's like planting a tiny seed. If you water it every single day, just a little bit, it's going to grow. It'll put down roots, become a strong tree. But if you only water it once in a while, when you feel like it, well, that seed just never gets the steady nourishment it needs to even sprout. And that's why this is so critical. Missing a day isn't just about missing one session. It's like you're actively letting those old, impulsive habits take back control. The immature mind loves inconsistency. Daily practice is what builds the momentum you need to actually create real change. Okay, so consistency is huge, but it's not the whole story. You also need a guide, right? And here's the good news. You've already got one. It's built right in. It's like your mind's own inner GPS that knows the way even when you feel lost. We call this your discerning intellect, and it's exactly like a GPS. While that immature mind is screaming, "Ooh, a distraction, let's take that exit," your intellect is that calm, steady voice that says, "Recalculating, stay on the path, go inside." It's the part of you that can observe and choose, instead of just reacting.
So how do you turn this GPS on and make sure it has a signal? Well, it happens through this process of self-inquiry. And it's not complicated. You start by just listening, learning these ideas. Then you contemplate them. Think about what they really mean. You reflect on how you see them in your own life. And all of that fuels the final most important step, your actual practice. All right, so we've got our two key tools, consistency, which is our daily commitment, and our inner GPS, the intellect. Now let's bring it all together and see what this actually looks like when you're sitting there with your eyes closed. It's all about one big shift in perspective. This is maybe one of the most helpful ideas you'll ever hear about meditation. Imagine you're standing on the side of a busy highway. The cars are your thoughts, your feelings, all your worries. They're just driving by. You don't have to jump into the traffic and chase after every single car. You can just stand there and watch. And this is where the magic happens. You are the observer. Your thoughts, that's just traffic. Your feelings, your emotions, all just traffic passing by.
And the highway itself, that core awareness you have, it never changes. It's just there. Realizing that you are not the traffic, but the one watching it, that's freedom.
But okay, how do you actually do that? How do you stay on the sidewalk without getting pulled into that crazy traffic? You need an anchor. And that anchor is your breath. That simple physical feeling of air moving in and out gives your mind, your intellect, a calm, steady place to come back to, again and again and again.
And this just lays it out perfectly, right? Here's the difference in action. A memory pops up. The immature mind grabs onto it, gets totally lost in it, and suddenly you're either antsy or falling asleep. But the discerning intellect, it just notices. It sees the thought as a car driving by, and then gently, without any drama, it brings your focus right back to the anchor, back to the breath. So as we start to wrap this up, there's one really important thing to remember. This is a journey, okay? It is not a race to see who can have the quietest mind the fastest. You are on a long-term journey of transforming your own inner world. Really, the biggest takeaway here is this. Maturing your mind takes patience. It's built day by day, moment by moment, every time you sit down and choose to observe instead of react. Every single meditation session, no matter how good or bad it feels, is another drop of water on that seed. Because in the end, it all comes down to this. Your entire experience of life is created by the habits of your mind. Right now, that impulsive, immature part might be in the driver's seat, but with consistency and by using your intellect as a guide, you have the power to take the wheel. So the only question left is, are you ready to become its guide?